Welcome children. Dear students, today is your first period of our live streaming. We are lucky that now we are able to have live teaching. Yesterday I had sent you the message. I hope you have kept your study materials.
60 સેકન્ડ પછી ચાલુ થશે કંઈ વાંધો નહીં. હવે તમે એક સાઈડ ભરી એટલે હું છે ને આને સેટ કરી દો મને આમાં જોવા મળશે 60 સેકન્ડ્સ છે એટલે હું આને સ્ક્રીનને સેટ કરી શકું.
Welcome dear children. We are lucky that now we are going to have live streaming of our class. You know very well at present we are in chapter 13, surface areas and volumes. We have already talked about surface area of cube, cuboid, cylinder and cone. You are also familiar with the units of the area. Generally, the units which we are using are either centimeter square or meter square. Today, we are going to talk about new regular shape, that is sphere. When the word sphere comes to your mind, you start thinking about its shape. Dear children, if I ask you to draw a circle, then easily you are able to draw a circle. You are taking the instrument and on a page you select the center, a particular radius you are selecting, and then you are able to draw a circle. And then you know very well that circle is a set of points which is equidistant from a fixed point which is also lying in the plane. Now students, when we talk about sphere, our sphere, it is a three-dimensional figure. Again I repeat, sphere, it is a three-dimensional figure. In case of sphere, all the points are lying equidistant from a fixed point, but these points are in the space, not in the same plane, but these points are at equal distance in the space. So that is how we are going to get a sphere. If we take particular example, basketball, football, tennis ball, etc., all these shapes which you see, they are representing sphere. We would like to find out the surface area of the sphere. In our day-to-day life, we do come across shapes wherein we would like to paint them or we would like to do certain kind of work on the surface of these regularly shaped objects. There we need the surface area. How to calculate that we are going to learn today. As you can see now on the screen, I have written total 3 formula. First one is surface area of sphere is equal to 4 pi r square. Again I repeat, surface area of sphere is equal to 4 pi r square, where r is the radius of the sphere. If we cut the sphere exactly into 2 parts, we get a new shape and that we call it hemisphere. Hemi means half. As we have cut the sphere into 2 equal parts, 2 equal half parts are there, so that shape we call it hemisphere. And we do come across objects which have got hemispherical shape in our day-to-day life, so we would like to find out surface area for that also. So second formula which you see here is curved surface area of hemisphere is equal to 2 pi r square. And if this hemisphere has got a lid, in that case sometimes we need to find out total surface area of the sphere. So total surface area of hemisphere, the formula is 3 pi r square. Many times, dear children, I have told to you while teaching this chapter that in this chapter you must know the tables properly, you must be good at calculations, and sometimes you come across with decimal points, then don't get frightened when you see the decimal point. You must be able to put the decimal point at the proper place when you do division or multiplication. Now here the first thing is, in this chapter you must know the formula. If you forget the formula, then you will not be able to do the calculations. So you must know the tables, you must know the formula, and once you know the formula and the tables, then very easily you are able to score marks in this chapter. So the formulas are there before you. Look at them carefully and try to memorize them. They are very simple. Then let's begin with exercise 13.4. If you look in the textbook page 225, we have exercise 13.4. Our first question is, find the surface areas of a sphere of radius. So different radii are given to us. Let's begin with the first part. Exercise 13.4, question number 1, first part, radius given to us is 10.5 centimeter. What we are going to do is, in the test or in the exam or in your regular notebook, when you are starting the calculations, what you will do is, first, in the margin you may write solution. We are talking about spherical shape, so we will be writing the formula of sphere. So we will say surface area of sphere is equal to, what's the formula? You must ask yourself. If you don't know, meaning is you won't be able to solve this question. So formula is 4 pi r square. Then you have to remember the value of pi, which is very easy. Pi is equal to 22 upon 7. And sometimes special instruction is given to us that you have to use the value of pi 3.14. If such instruction is given, then only we will use pi is equal to 3.14. Otherwise, every time we will take pi equals to 22 by 7 in our calculations. So after writing the formula, in the formula we will do the necessary substitution. 4 as it is multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by r square. What's the value of r? 10.5. So we can write either 10.5 whole square. This way you can do the substitution. Or if you don't want to do that way, then what we will do is, you may repeat the number again. R square means r multiplied by r. Our value of r is 10.5. In that case, you can write 10.5 multiplied by 10.5. It is up to you how you would like to write it. Either you can substitute r is equal to 10.5 and then whole raised to 2. If you do that, then in the next step again you will have to open the bracket like this. After that, now before I go further for calculations, in lower classes we have studied about squaring the numbers, particularly the numbers which have 5 in their units place. If I ask you what's the square of
example 13.4. 4 થી 4.
So dear students, little connectivity problem was there. We are back now. So I was explaining to you about calculations only. Today's topic is very easy. Just we are talking about how to do the calculations very fast and very easily. Especially it is for the average students. More time is devoted here. Those who are clever students, sometimes you may feel it's a waste of time. But keeping in mind the average students, we are giving more time here. So what I told students, that you have the habit to reduce the numbers like this. You put cuts on the numbers, and then what happens when the teacher looks at your calculation? It looks very dirty, and sometimes the teacher is not able to make out which digit or which number you have written there. So when you are in the lower classes, it is okay. But now, as you are in the higher class, you should not do the cuts like this. You have to just keep them in your mind only. So that's what I wanted to tell you. So when we reduce by 7, here we have 1. You have to remember in your mind. When you reduce 10.5 by 7, you get number 1.5. So now in the denominator you don't have any digit. So simply we have got to multiply the numbers. What are the numbers with us? 4 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 1.5 multiplied by 10.5. So these are the numbers we would be multiplying to get our final answer. Then let's see how it can be. 22 multiplied by 4. I think most of you will be able to do it. What do we get it? It is our rough work. 22 4s are 88. Then 88 we will multiply with 1.5 multiplied by 1.5. Now here comes the trouble for weak students or the average students. Either you must know the table of 15, and if you don't know the table of 15, then what you people will be doing? First you are starting with the digit 5, 5 8s are 44, carried over again 5 8s are 40 plus 4, 44 like that. You are devoting long time there. So as I told you in the beginning, you must know the tables. With the help of technology, today we are in the live class, but sometimes the technology which has given you calculator, because of calculator some of you are not good at tables, right? So please learn tables properly. So 15's table, 15 8 jar, how much? 15 8 jar, how much? You got the answer in your mind. If you don't know, then you must start learning the tables. So 15 8 jar is 120. 120 is 0, we shall write here. 12 is carried over. Again 15 8 jar is 120. 120 plus 12. How much it is? 120 plus 12. You must be very fast in your calculation. So 120 plus 12 gives you 132. Now some of the students who find difficulty in placing the decimal point. We are multiplying the two numbers. One of the number has got the decimal point, and after decimal point we have just one digit. So starting from right hand side, again I repeat, starting from right hand side you have to count the digits, and just before one digit we have to put the decimal point. So here we shall put the decimal point. So the product of these two numbers we got is 132. Still one more number is remaining, 10.5. Students, remember it is our rough work. So again in our rough work we are multiplying this number with 10.5. This multiplication we will be completing, and when we complete this one we will be writing final answer here, and the unit of our radius is centimeter. So unit of area will be centimeter square. So here I leave the blank space. Here I leave the blank space. That much homework you do. multiplication of these two numbers. 132 multiplied by 10.5. You will do it yourself. Some answer you will get it, and then that answer you have to fill up in the blank. Unit will be centimeter square. Oh, some of you got frightened in tension how to multiply these two numbers. Nothing to worry. What you have got to do is, first you are starting with the digit 5. Here it is 132.0. After decimal point you have 0, so forget that one. Your number is 132 only now. So you are actually multiplying 132 with 10.5. So what you will be doing? With 5 you will be starting. 5 to the 10. It's 0 will write, 1 will be carried over, 5 is 15 and 1, 16, 1 carried over, 5 is 5 and 1, 6. So 132 multiplied by 5 when we do, you get 660. Then the next digit. For time being we are forgetting the decimal point, right? So next digit is 0. So to avoid any kind of mistake, 0 multiplied by any number is always going to give you 0. So what you will do here, you will write zeros here in your work like this. Then now we have the next digit, that is 1. As I told to you, for the time being you are forgetting the decimal point. It means that your number is 105. Your number is 105. 1 at present in that case will be in hundreds place. As it is in hundreds place, before you start multiplying with 1, you will put 2 zeros here. You will put 2 zeros here, and afterwards you are starting multiplication with 1. So 1 2s are 2, 1 3s 3, and 1 1s are 1. So like that you have completed this. Now you are doing the total. 0 0 0, you get 0. 6 here you will get it. 6 plus 2, 8 you get it. Here it is 3, and here it is 1. This is our rough work. You must be very fast. As it is a rough work, I am showing it very fast also. This rough work. Now, what you did in the rough work, you will write it properly here. What is it we got? 1 3 8 6 0. This is the multiplication we have got it, but where to put the decimal point? Again, our numbers are 132 and 10.5. Just one digit we have after the decimal point. So before one digit we put the decimal point. So decimal point is here. So our final answer is 1386 centimeter square. So that is how we have completed our first part. That is, radius was given 10.5, and then how much area we get it. That is what we have done it. Shall we begin second part? Are you ready? Yes. Let's begin now second part. For the second part, the radius which is given to us is, what's the radius given, children? Are you looking in your textbook? Radius is 5.6 centimeter. 5.6 centimeter. Enough time we have devoted for the first part. Now let us be fast. We would like to calculate surface area of sphere. So quickly we will write down our formula. Surface area of sphere is equal to 4 pi r square. Then we substitute the values. Values are 4 multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by radius. Radius is 5.6 multiplied by 5.6. Then in the table of 7, 56 comes. 7 8 jar 56. We are able to reduce by 7. So 7 1 jar, and here it will be 7 8 jar 56, but it will be 0.8. So as I told you in the first part, keep the reduced numbers in your mind. So we have now 4 multiplied by 22. This 7 is already reduced. Now it is normal. And here instead of 5.6, we have 0.8 multiplied by 5.6. So these are the four numbers you would like to multiply. 4 multiplied by 22, as usual, you get it 88. Then you have to multiply it by 0.8 multiplied by 5.6. 8 step you know very well. So directly you will be able to write the next step. 8 8 jar 64, 6 carried over. Again 8 8 jar 64. 64 plus 6 will give you 70. So multiplication of 88 and 0.8 will be 70.4 multiplied by 5.6. So these are the two numbers we would like to multiply. You don't know table of 56, so directly you won't be. So that will be your rough work. I will show you the rough work here. 70.4 multiplied by 5.6. Start with the digit 6. 6 4 jar 24. Directly you will be able to write, because here in the tens place we have 0. So when you carry over, you will be adding the same digit. So 6 4 jar 24 and 6 7 jar 42. Then with 5 you have to multiply. Considering there is no decimal point, 5 is in the tens place. In that case, 1 0 we put here, and then 5 4 20 and 5 7 35. Then we add this 4 2 4 9 3. So this is our rough work. This is our, in your rough work you are multiplying the numbers. Then the first number has got 1 digit after the decimal point. Second number also has got 1 digit after the decimal point. So total 2 digits are there after the decimal point. For that reason, now in our final answer, before 2 digits, we will put the decimal point starting counting from right hand side. So from right hand side we start counting 1 2. So here we put the decimal point. That was our rough work. So we write the final answer here, 394.24, and unit will be centimeter square. So that is how we have completed the second part. Dear students, today mainly I told to you that in this chapter you must learn the formula, and you must be good at tables, and you must know where to put the decimal point. That is the thing I told to you. Keep these things in your mind. Now third part, dear students, I would like to give you in homework. Our third part, the radius is 14 centimeter. So with that homework sum, now our period gets over. I hope you enjoyed the period. Thank you.